Floss Tubers, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tracy and I am the owner of Pocket Pup Creations, and I love to create stuff. I would like to welcome all floss tubers, quilters, crafters, artists, watercolor artists, because I make a lot of stuff. I have always said I don't really need all this stuff, but I like to make things, and so when I make them, I put them in my Etsy shop. I make quilts, handmade watercolors, handmade watercolor journals, and I have recently gotten into the floss tube craze. I had heard it a couple times, and a week ago Friday, I believe it was the 5th, I was at home and I was doing an online conference for work, and I was texting one of my quilting friends and I said, "Hey, what's floss tube?" And she explained it to me, and I have been nonstop all week long. So I have today a little update on where I've been this week. I'm not new to cross stitching. I believe I actually can't, I'm kind of old. I don't remember how young I was when I started, but my mother still and my sister still to this day tell me a story about how I was sewing in bed one time, and I sewed my as I was stitching, I sewed it through my pajamas and through the sheet. So I have heard that story often in my life. I think I've improved a little bit since then. I stopped cross stitching a few years ago. Well, not stopped, but didn't do it as much. And a couple years ago, I found some patterns that I liked, and I thought, you know what, I really miss doing this, so I'm going to pick it up again. I do have some shows so that I can give present to you today that I have done. They're actually, none of them are hanging on my wall, so it's perfect for this video because we had painted our walls this last year, and I still haven't hung any quilts or anything back up on the walls. A little bit about myself. I am from Fargo, North Dakota. I live just outside Fargo in a town called Horace. It's about 5 minutes away. I work in Fargo. I have 3 boys that are grown, married, and have children. The name of my company is Pocket Pup Creations because I have 3 miniature chihuahuas that may sometimes come in and visit us. But I do have the door closed right now, so they can't get in. I do have a full-time job, and I come home, and crafting is my way to de-stress. My husband and I, we don't have really any responsibilities anymore, so I feel like I can do what I want to do at night when I get home. So I've just decided, you know what, I should start filming some of this stuff. So if you want to start, I'm going to go with some of the things that I've made in the past. I remember when I was stitching back in the 80s, I loved a company called Shepherd's Bush. We had a local needle shop that was just wonderful then, and it ended up closing up. I think they do still have an online presence. It was called Nordic Needle, and they designed beautiful, sorry about that, but my husband apparently wanted to come and craft with us today, and I said he couldn't. So anyways, they specialized in hardanger, and they just had the most beautiful designs. But I believe this was a shepherd's bush. I hate the glare. I hate the glare. I'm sorry, there's glass on this. And they did a variety of samplers that I thought were just beautiful and so delicate. So that's one of them. And then I framed this. I think this was completed on May 8th, 1999, my last stitches of the 20th century. I believe this might have been a Just Nan pattern. I loved that type of sampler that they did with the with all the beads and stuff incorporated in the charms. They were kind of like shepherd's bush. Let's see, I think I have. Got remarried in 01, and this was a sampler that was Shepherd's Bush also that I made, which is, I just think they're so beautiful. I haven't looked online to see if they still design patterns or anything, but I just love the little charms that come with it and all the beads that came with the kits. Beautiful. I had these tulips in my kitchen for a while till we changed the color. I also had this by my front door, but it doesn't really match anymore. So this is Footprints, which when I remember doing this, I thought, oh my gosh, I will never finish that. And it turned out so beautiful. I think I can't even tell you what kind of fabric what it was on, but it looks like an even weave linen to me. And then after I did that, I did this, and this was hanging by my front door too. I think I should just reframe them so they match my living room now. I'm sorry about the glare. I have bright lights in this room. So those were some of the biggies that I did back in the day. When I was grabbing my stuff out, I did find some stuff that I had done. This was done in 1996. Looks like it's just on 14. Count 8, and then it had this little bit of heart honor up here. So proud of that. If you are not familiar with heart honor, it is like a Norwegian type of stitching. Then this was part 2. I actually made her into a quilt, and she actually is hanging up in my house. But this was a Listen Honey pattern, and I thought she was so funny. And this one says, listen, honey, the dress is by Ralph Lauren, the body by Chocolate Chip. So now that I found those, I may frame them. I also love to stitch Halloween stuff, and my sister and I, this is a needle roll, which I think I'm going to just frame. Okay, that's kind of all the undones that I have, are those ones, and they just need to be framed. But this week then, I got on the bandwagon of the floss tubes. I watched many. I have discovered a few that I love. And I purchased some things. It is very bad to be on the Etsy before you go to bed because you wake up and there's stuff waiting for you to open. But, okay. So here's my oldest unfinished. So I discovered a place called the Frosted Pumpkin a couple of years ago, and this is a little wrinkly. I'm gonna give it a quick press if you don't mind. And they have beautiful things at that place. I got my iron right here because you know I'm a quilter. And I started this. It was called Welcome to Pumpkinville. I might have to stand up here. And each month you got a different one. So that was January, February, March, April. And I am on May, and I have the middle done. I kind of feel that I'm moving right along on this. I haven't stitched on this for a while. But I love it. So the next year I purchased the pattern. I don't think I got the kit or anything like that, but I purchased the pattern for the animals, the animal ones, where I've seen some floss tubers have done some, and some have made them into like ornaments and stuff. and I haven't loved it, so I haven't started it. So in the Floss Tube world, I don't know what that's called. Just part of a haul. I don't know. I know that sometimes you get sick of things, and someday I may do a whip parade of my quilt projects because that is huge. Anyways, so I love the Frosted Pumpkin, and I know that on Monday, tomorrow, it is Valentine's Day today. So this will be a Valentine's Day present to me. I am going to try to purchase their sew-along for this year. It is some sort of coffee drinks or something like that. I really, really love their pie one that they did yesterday, or they did, not yesterday, a couple years ago also. And so I'm thinking that I may order that pattern. But, you know, when I decided to do this, I thought, I can't have 90 whips, but we'll see. I may get to that. I know that everyone has project bags. So my first one is an oldie but a goodie, and I found this. This is, I made this, or I lied. My sister made this for me. But this is Tula pink fabric. Oh, everyone loves Tula and loves her fabric and the kitties. And so this is what I put these shepherd's bush kits in that I found. I never finished them. So the first one was the thread gatherer, or the toy gatherer. And I just loved this for a Christmas one. And I don't know why I have not finished this. And I'll try to keep track of what I do my new starts on so that I can tell you. But as of this, I don't know. So you can see how far I am. Oh, I don't have to press anything. Okay. So up here is the moon. It's so pretty. Look at it. And it's supposed to be like a little village. Okay, if I was going to do that whip go thing, even though I don't have 25 cross stitch projects, I would have to put this on here because I don't have much left. It is so beautiful. I bought this as a kit, so it probably tells me what it's stitched on. Ivory Belfast linen. That is what that's on. It's beautiful. I like it. I love it. So this will get finished. So I'll have to try to make that whip go board that you guys are all doing. Okay. My second project that I found, which is never going to get done because my children are gone. So these are by Shepherd's Bush also, and these were stockings. So obviously I decided to make this one for my husband, this one for my son Taylor. My triplets, or my boys are triplets, so they were color coded. So I probably picked this one because it was green. Yeah, I'm sure that's what I did. And Luke was always color coded blue, so that was going to be his stocking. And Sawyer was always color coded red, so this was going to be his stocking. Well, they don't live here and they have a lot of children now, so I might give those away to someone who wants to make them. And then this one was going to be mine, but I did start, and this is huge, but this was going to be Dan's, and I think I may put this in the pile to finish because I have another piece of whatever that was. Oh, let's see. Nope. To make myself one. To match. So I may do that for us for this year. Because it's really cute. Okay. If I make these ones for my boys, the wives are going to want them. The kids are going to want them. That's like 12 projects right there. Okay, next up, my plans going forward. So a week ago Friday, when I was visiting with my quilting friend, there was a little bit of enabling going on. And I had seen, after visiting with her, she referred me to a site, Shannon Christine Designs. Now, if you've never been there, she makes really cute stuff. I was, just scrolling through, looking at cute things, and I love everything Disney, everything Tinkerbell, everything whimsical, and I fell in love. So I purchased this. It's called, it's not called the Fairy Frames. It's called the Fairy Garden, but she includes this part to go in the middle here and the frame with it. So I purchased that and I downloaded the pattern into this new pattern program I found on my iPad, because I don't know how you guys get Pattern Keeper on your iPad. If someone could help me with that, that would be great. But a program called Goodreader that will let you download the patterns right into there, and you can actually write if you're one that likes to highlight or anything like that, or if you have, I like to write, oops, I don't have that color. So I downloaded it into there, and then my girlfriend and I both ordered this fabric from 123 Stitch, and it is a 28 count Caribbean blue hand-dyed linen, and it is going to be beautiful on there. So this is not a start, and I know that everybody has like reasons to start stuff, but I already had some reasons this week, so I haven't been able to start. No, just teasing. I just got the fabric in the mail yesterday and got it cut and then serged around the outside. So I am ready to start it. And so hopefully maybe this week I will do a little bit of stitching on there. Okay. So I actually didn't really start stitching until last Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I am also an Animal Crossing fan. And I found on Cunning, let me just start typing it into my browser and I'll find it. cunningcrossstitch.blogspot.com offers free sew-alongs, and they have 2 in there that are right up my alley. One is Animal Crossing. So I purchased a piece of 14 count Ada, which I kind of like, but it's stiff, so I might switch to some other stuff. And I started to stitch the frame. Not very far, but it's going to be cute. If any of you are Animal Crossing fans out there and you cross stitch, get over there, get it. They release one page a month, or one pattern a month, to go into the little squares, and I can show you the frame of it because I have it in here. And I tell you what, it's gonna be so cute. But here's the problem with it. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. So cute. I tried to print this pattern, and it prints out fine, and then you tape it all together and stuff. But the symbols were so tiny, I couldn't read them. So that's when I went on the hunt for a pattern keeper for your iPad, because I can whoop, make it bigger, and whoop, make it smaller. So it's so much nicer. So I started on that, and then they have another one, and it's called the Magic Kingdom Sew Along. And I am such a Disney fan. So I started that on Tuesday. I think Wednesday night I was busy after work. Thursday, I stitched on this for 2 hours to get it going. This is the first part. This is, I don't know if they can call her Ariel, but this is where the mermaid's going to go, in this area. And their sew along this one is also cute, but there's not frames that you put it in. You actually, pull it up. You actually, it just kind of adds on to each one. So I made a file for so long, so that might be a bad thing. I'm gonna go to February and see if they're both okay. So in February, because both of them are out already, so I'm behind. Make this bigger. So at the top is Ariel, and then underneath is the Mad Tea Party. So you just keep kind of adding to it, which I kind of like. So I don't know if it's going to be a certain shape when it's done, but I got a little catching up to do because February's already out and I'm feeling stressed. Okay. Now I am a graphic designer, reformed, have a new career, but I used to do a lot of Zentangle, and I ran across, you know, how you're scrolling and you don't even know how you find things, but you do. Yeah, that's me. On Friday, or on Thursday when I was flipping through, I found a new love. It's apparently they've done this for maybe a couple years, or maybe this is the second year. And I found it through the purple peppermint or peppermint purple. Let me see here. I'm gonna type purple up here. Peppermint Purple Sew Along group. So this is a free stitch along that is hosted by them, and I think their Instagram name is @peppermint.purple. So you can post there, but it is a Blackwork. And so they give you 2 different ways to lay it out. So you can do like in a rectangle, or you can do it in a square layout. I chose the square layout, and she does give us some like borders to pick from, which are fabulous. I'm going to show you here. Whoops. So it kind of looks like this. And this is a free pattern on there. Looks like this. Or you can do the rectangle one that is all straight down. I chose the square one. And each week you get a different square you have to fill in. So I started this on Friday night, and I worked on it for an hour, and then Saturday morning I worked on it for an hour because I was like, this is so much fun. So I have 4 of the weeks done and part of the border. And I'm using a variegated floss that goes on the outside also, that is darker to lighter, and then this is even lighter and goes to a green. I'm going to hold up something behind that. Is that better? Yeah. So this is going to be very nice, but it is really a quick sew, but I like it. Okay. Then yesterday, I like to do some online painting things, and James Luke Burke, who is fabulous, has been holding what he calls virtual voyages, and virtual voyage 3 begins tomorrow. The first one that we did was a bunch of different art things and paintings and drawings, and he's a great teacher. So if you're into that stuff, James Luke Burke Creative to find to get involved. So anyways, we start virtual voyage 3 tomorrow, and when we do these, we create signatures, watercolor signatures, which is a bunch of watercolor papers, you know, like folded and then sewn together. And I thought, I need to make a cover for that. So I found this cute fabric like at Joann's in passing when I went to get DMC floss the other day. And I thought, oh, I gotta make something that's it. That's the fabric I need. They had 2 fat quarters, and lo and behold, that's all I need. So this will be my front cover. This will be my back cover. And then I made a spine, which is kind of big. Actually, it's 5 inches. I may cut it down, but to bind in the signatures in here, and if he keeps doing them, I would like, it'll be pretty big. So yesterday I thought, man, what am I going to do to put on the front? Because I need to decorate that up. Well, I've got an embroidery machine that I never use. Don't tell my husband. But I thought I can create this. So I went on there and I typed out the words by myself, and then I was able to arrange them in that little arc, and that little ship's wheel was in my machine, so it must come with it. And then I bedazzled it. So this was my practice one. Then what I did is I put some quilt batting underneath because I like the softness. And then I put I have these corner things that I use for when I make my journals, my watercolor journals. And I'm like, that was just perfect. So then I put it on here and I was like, I don't like white on there. But it does glisten because it's bedazzled. So I made a red one. And I really like the red one. So I think I'm going to use the red instead of this. I think the red. I like the red. So I will have a place to put all of my stuff, bind it into there, and it'll be one big book when I'm done, and I don't have to worry about stuff falling all over the place. So that's what I did yesterday afternoon. This morning, I found something else online that I liked. I was watching a floss tuber yesterday. I've watched quite a few, and I don't know everybody's names yet. I'm sorry, but I'll try to remember for next week when I do another video. Okay. Anyways, they were doing, she was doing this made to create sew along that's just started in January. And I thought, oh, that looks like fun. So I found it online. I think it's better if I did this down. I found it online and I downloaded it. It is by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Okay, they come out with a new release on January 25th. February, March, April, May, and June. So I'm not too far behind, but I found this sparkly stuff when I went to get floss the other day. This is just an Ada, and it's a gray, but you can see. I started on it this morning. That I believe it's an E when you get done. So cute. I'm gonna work on that this afternoon. Okay. Now, my plans for new starts. It's bad. I have watched a few videos of what they call full coverage cross stitch. Some people think that's crazy, but when you do a piece that has stitches all over, it's full coverage. But apparently this means it's like the whole square is filled. Well, I found something I liked. I don't know why I'm whispering because it's not really a secret, but it kind of is. But this is going to be a new start. I purchased the pattern on Etsy, and since I told you I am a Disney fanatic, this reminded me of the old time Disney maps that they, you know how you get a map every time and they're always updating them and whatever. And I found this on, let me just tell you this while I'm looking for where I bought this from. When you print a pattern out and it is 41 pages, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So I did import this into my, that new reader thing I got, so it doesn't look so intimidating. It was from, I have to go on the Etsy. Cross Stitch V. Let's see. Cross Stitch V. They're computer generated patterns. It looks like some they take like the picture, scan it in. I don't know if they're supposed to do that. I'm pretty sure that's illegal because it's Disney, but this one looks like an old map. So I bought it because I'm in love. Look at that. I want to live there when I retire. So I went online to purchase some of that gridded fabric, but a lot of it is sold out everywhere, so it must be a hot item. And I think I'm just going to get a large piece of like white that I can do it on, because I mean, I can count, right? So, and I have fabric. I have quilting pens that write on fabric and disappear, so great. That's my, that is going to be one of my starts. Okay, next start is going to be a project called I Love Alice in Wonderland, and I found 3 patterns online that I purchased. The first one is from Wishes and Bananas on Etsy, and I love the original images from the author, and I found this where she grew and grew and grew, and I purchased this. I love her because she got so tall. I purchased that from that shop. They have many cute ones there from older books. They have the Velveteen Rabbit. She's got so many cute designs. So that may be one of my starts. I can't decide which one I like the best. Then I purchased this from the Stitchy Princess. Because I love Alice. I love how she put these cards here, and I would kind of like to design something like that to go around it too. But it looks like she's just got them laying there for looks. But that is cute. Stitchyprincess.etsy.com is where I got that from. Oh my gosh, iPad. Now, I also, sometimes I buy things in my sleep. I purchased these last night in my sleep. This lady is from Italy, and it's the Little Stitcher shop. So I purchased a few things. I'm a Wizard of Oz fanatic too, and I love this. So I purchased that pattern, and I purchased this Alice in Wonderland. I think they are so adorable. I'm gonna need like 4 yards of that background fabric, I think. And then I purchased this Cinderella because everyone loves Cinderella in the carriage. So I have those coming. So the thing to do if you're going to be on Floss Tube is that you need to be one of the people that surf the internet all the time. I tell ya, because you can find stuff everywhere you go. Now, I did purchase one more thing, and it's a Halloween thing. I don't really decorate for Halloween, but I love it. I love to make things that are Halloweenish. or have Halloween themes in them. I actually have some Halloween quilt blocks on my board right there that I've done. But I was on the Floss Tube on Instagram, just, you know, scrolling through, minding my own business. And I came across this chart that had all these different characters on there. And I tried, it was a stitch along that was done maybe last year or the year before by the Witchy Stitcher. And it's called The Chopping Mall. And I love it. And I said to my husband this morning, I go, you know, I'm not one into decorating scary or anything, but it's all the classic like horror movies that are in there. So I purchased that in my sleep last night too. I don't know what happened. And I will show you the pattern because I really had a hard time finding it. So she gives you the frame, which is adorable. And then each one of those squares is considered a store. So these, you know, they own them, I guess. So store one is Chucky and Tiffany Till Death. They are all so cute. If you are into Halloween stuff, this place is amazing for Halloween stuff. They have witch stuff. They have fabric that was like kind of a, I think it was called swamp. It was like a swamp green. And I thought I need to find something to make on that. But I think that's about it. I'm going to try not to shop anymore today. But if I do, I will update you next week. Hopefully I'll be back, and I will link any of the shops that I put, that I talked about where I got my new stuff, or where I'm doing the sew-alongs through down here. And hopefully on Monday I'll be a winner and be able to get into the pumpkin stitch one too. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. And thanks for watching, and have a great Valentine's Day. Bye-bye.